Welcome everyone. In today's video, I'm going to go over the net worth tracker that I developed. It's a net worth calculator tracker, whatever you want to call it. And it's pretty much just assets and liability. It's going to accumulate everything for you to calculate your net worth. So with that being said, let's get started here. As you can see, I have it color coded for simple use and for visual management. The light green is your assets, and here you can see it's all categorized for you. You got your liquid, your investments, and your physical asset. And of course, each category you can change it if you want to your preference. And let's put in a life insurance here. As you can see, you put in $100 here, everything gets calculated and it generates everything for you. Real simple, ease of use. But let's go down to the liability here. And down here is your liability. The categories are your short term and your long term. And I left empty cells for you to add items in there if you want for your preference. And let's do an example in the liability. Let's put 100. You see on your far right, it calculates your growth. And then in the bottom, it calculates your total liability. And each row is separate into month. So you got your January, February, all the way up to December. So basically this spreadsheet is for your yearly net worth. And as each month you progress, it accumulates and it updates everything for you. Now let's go zoom into the charts here. Here's your pie chart. And this pie chart has your asset and liability distribution. In it shows you all your categories and what percentage of what's occupying or taking up, like this, let's say your assets, which asset has or is taking up the most out of percentage, and then you have your liability. It's all color coded again. And over here is your assets and liability. And this chart shows you the amount of liability and assets you have. So it's a good visual management to show where you're at. And then this chart shows your net worth. And your net worth, of course, is your net worth. And you want it to trend upward, right? And this is broken out in by month, as you can see. And your debt and asset equity ratio. Here, you may be asking, how did I calculate it? I just take the liability divided by the asset, and that's how I get the debt asset ratio. And you want that you want your assets to be high, right? Of course. And scrolling over here, this chart here, your asset to debt ratio is the same thing, but over here it shows you, let's say your green is your asset and your debt is your red. So you want your asset to be more than your debt. So that's what's good about this circular chart. It shows you that so you can kind of track everything each month where you're at. And scrolling down is your net goal. And your net goal chart here is, let's say you put in 50,000 your goal, end of year goal. And then auto calculates where you're at on your net goal. So as you put, let's say we put 10,000 here, let's see what it does. As you can see, you're 36% there, almost there towards your 50,000 net worth goal. So that's a neat thing about that little pie chart here. But down here, it's the same information, but it's a vertical chart. And the reason I put that in there is because there was extra real estate. I figured I'd put in there just for some more visual management. And over here is your net dollar month to month change and your net percent month to month change. I like to have these two information for my personal use, but I figured I'd add into this spreadsheet. It keeps track and compare you from prior month, your gain in your dollars and also your percentage. The reason I added into this spreadsheet is because it's nice to have that kind of information from month to month. So like, let's say you gained 20% from prior month, how you got the 20%, right? And then at the same time, I add a conditional format. So let's say if it drops a negative, it will notify you. It will change the cell to red. And here's your year. You can change that. And I'm 10 years ahead. Let me change that to 2023. And here's your total net worth, your total assets, and your total liability. And all that gets pulled all the way from on your far right down here. So that's it. That's it about the net worth tracker. Real simple to use, real easy. And I do have a link below for more further review if you're interested in this tracker. If you do have any questions or any suggestions and add more value to this tracker, do leave a comment. And with that being said, have a nice day and take care.